Hey guys, good morning. I am getting ready to go to work, but today I thought I would film with all of my new Milani products that just landed in my stash these last couple days. I think a lot of you are going to be very excited for their new 6-pan eyeshadow palettes. These 6-pan eyeshadow palettes, they released 5 different shades. Unfortunately, one pan and one of the palettes got everywhere, all over the box. It was white powder everywhere, but they retail for about 10 bucks on the Ulta Beauty website. I'll be creating 3 looks today. Won't be able to do 1 look per palette, but I'm definitely going to use all the palettes. I also picked up their new tubing mascara. This tubing mascara is called High Rise. This is what I think one of you said is supposed to be a dupe for the Thrive tubing mascara. You guys know I love the Thrive tubing mascara, so maybe I can do a little mini review wear test over that as a YouTube short and Instagram reel. That's definitely something I can work on this week, but we are going to be trying this out today. I also picked up their new setting powder. Happy to see this. This is the Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Powder. The shade I picked up is Translucent 01. Now, there's not a Milani foundation that I enjoy, so instead I got 2 different shades of concealer because I do enjoy their concealer, and so we're going to use concealer as foundation today. I also picked up this primer. I don't know how new this one is. I know it's fairly new. This is their SPF BFF, their SPF 30 primer. So we'll try this out today. I did pick up another of the original Make It Last setting spray. I didn't have that. This is fairly new, the liquid highlighter. I do have the liquid contour and I love it. It is a really nice product, so I had high expectations for this. This was a mini gift with purchase. It's the high rated anti-gravity mascara. Probably won't be using that one today. And what else did I get? Oh, good. I need this right now. This is the Rose Lip Balm. So let me go ahead and apply some of this, and then we're just going to dive into all of these Milani products. I'm going to bring out some products that I already have in my stash. That's what the Rose Balm looks like. I always put a balm on in the morning as soon as I do my skincare. And then, of course, at the end of the night, I'll do like a lip mask or something. So I'm very excited for today's video. If it is your first time here on my channel, let me welcome all of you. My name is Steph. This is what I love to do. Love trying out new makeup. You're always going to see the latest and greatest in makeup reviews. I do multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes, makeup ranking videos. We talk about makeup a lot here, and we have a really good time while talking about the makeup. If that sounds like somewhere you want to be and something you want to see on pretty much a daily basis, I do tend to upload quite a bit. Do me a favor and click on the subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you like what you see, if you're a fan of Milani Cosmetics, or you're just curious about these new products I picked up, give this video a thumbs up before you go. As usual, I will have everything linked and listed in the description box. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. Still getting better, guys. Still getting over the laryngitis. Bear with me. Y'all want to see these new Milani products in action? Keep on watching. All right, let me remove my earrings. I am getting ready for work today. Where is the primer? The bright yellow primer. How can I not miss it? And this is it right here, SPF 30. I don't know that I've tried this one before. Natural finish, enriched with vitamin E and glycerin. Does it have the expiration date on it? Where is this? Yes, 6/24. And it does come sealed. That's what it looks like. No real scent to it. Maybe just like a lotion scent. We are getting ready for a massive cold front. I mean, it's gonna be worse like in the Houston, Texas area, so y'all be careful up there. I have family up there. But we're getting some freezing and below freezing temperatures starting in about 2 days. So gotta make sure those plants are watered and covered. Okay, this feels nice. This feels very hydrating. Here are the two concealer shades that I will be using as foundation today. This one is Nude Ivory. And then this other one over here, I believe this one is a light vanilla. Let me double check. Yes, light vanilla is the darker one. So, let's start doing this. Let's start doing this. I'm excited to use concealer as foundation today. I have a few things that I am doing after work. One of them being my hair. I have a hair appointment. This is the last time you're going to see me as a redhead. I'm actually going to go blonde, platinum blonde. I had this planned when we booked our Vegas trip to go see Gwen Stefani for New Year's. I said I want to be blonde just like Gwen. So hopefully that will turn out nice. Now I'm just going to get my Love is a Foundation brush from It Cosmetics and start blending this in. Let me know how many of y'all use concealer as foundation. I mean, maybe you don't put on as much as I just did, but let me know. Let me know if that works out for you. There's a few concealers. The REM Beauty, the Sweetener Concealer, that's definitely a nice one to use as a foundation. Which other one? I feel like I tried one a little more recently and it worked out really well. Oh, I think I tried the Juvia's Place I Am Magic concealer. I tried that as a foundation and it worked out well too. Lighter weight than their regular foundation. It's a nice coverage. It's more going to be like a matte finish because that's the concealer. But that's okay. We're going to glow up right now with those cream or liquid contour and highlighter. And I have some cream blush also from Milani. Right, I'm just using my sponge to dab over everything. And I think everything is looking so smooth and so good. What a great idea. Pat myself on the back. I knew I didn't want to pick up any of their foundations just because they haven't really worked for me like all that great. But this I'm liking. Okay, now I'm going to save the powder to the end. I'm going to save the powder to after I apply all the cream products. Then I'm going to set it with a setting spray. Then I'm going to apply powder. Yes, we have a plan. Next, I'm going to go in with the cream contour I already had. Well, here's the highlighter that I just bought. But here's the cream contour, liquid contour in the shade 2 Ginger. And I use my Smashbox cream cheek brush. This is a really pretty contour. It's very subtle, but it blends so well and it does give a bit of a glow to the complexion. Alright guys, I like the way the contour looks. I think it looks really nice. Kind of more on the natural side, and that's just fine. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the blush palette right here, Milani Cream Blush Palette. This palette is called 110 Sunkissed Glow. I'm going to use the BK 109. I think I'm just going to go in with the brightest shade. Now it's time to go in with the liquid Conceal and Perfect liquid highlighter, and this is the shade 1 Lunar. I'm going to use my Sigma F03. This is a pretty highlighter. Wow, very easy to blend out. Add a little bit more. Who doesn't want more of a glow? I'm probably going to have to take my makeup bag with me so I can touch up after my hair appointment because I do have another errand to run right after that. Thank God I only work half a day today. This is our last day for Christmas vacation. So I'm wearing a Christmas t-shirt to work today. Alright, so now that we have all of the cream complexion products down, I'm going to go in with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. Now it's time for the new setting powder, Conceal and Perfect. This is going to be a blurring setting powder, which I am all about that. It does have the little net in here. Actually, I think you remove this, yeah, you remove this white part. And there you can see the net. So I'm going to use my little puff from Shop Miss A. Let me pat out any creases. Now I think this powder was $12. The mascara is, or is the powder 13, the mascara is 14, and the eyeshadow palettes are 10. Something like that. I'm going to have to bring back a little bit of the contour on the nose, but I have one here from Milani, a powder one that I'll just use to do that with. I'm really liking the concealer as foundation. Like, wow, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so I have Milani brow products. I have the Weekend Brow Pen and I have the Precision Brow Pencil. I'm gonna take care of my brows off camera and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna start playing with all 5 of these new, they are the Gilded mini palettes. Alright, brows are on, eyelids are primed. I use the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. I'm going to add some lipstick and I'm going to go in with this one from Milani. This one is in the shade 420 Tease. Alright, so let's start with palettes. This first one right here is called 120. It's all rosé. And it looks like we're getting an even split of matte and shimmer shadows. I like that it's a 6-pan palette too. This next one is called 140, the Wine Down. And again, we have that same even split of matte to shimmer shadows, which I really enjoy. Next up is 130, Champagne Problems. This one, we get more mattes. We get 1, 2, 3, 4 mattes and 2 shimmers. I don't mind that. Next, we have the one that came broken and that caused the white powder all over everything. And it was just a bone color shade right in here. But this one, oh, and you can see there's still some that made its way in the other pans. We're going to do the best that I can with this one. This is the 110 Whiskey Business palette. This is an all matte palette, right? Yeah, it's an all matte palette. And last but not least, I think this one is one that you all will enjoy. This is the 150 Call Me Old Fashioned palette. This is more of like a cool tone palette, a little mix of a cool and warm. But I feel like this is more the evening palette, maybe for New Year's if you're going to pick it up. In here, we are getting that even split of matte and shimmer shadows. Okay, so I think I'm going to start first with the broken one. I'm going to use, let's see, the broken shade again was a bone shade. So I could always, let's see, I could always use it on its own. I think I'm going to use these two together right here. So the one at the top is Whiskey Business and the one at the bottom is going to be Champagne Problems. And I'll start first with Champagne Problems and I'll go in with this shade just to try it out. It's going to be a very light transition shade. I'm going to use my BK201. Alright, so that's actually nice. It just gives a nice little bit of a neutral color. I think this is a nice neutral mix between warm and cool. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This one is in the Whiskey Business palette. And for this, I'm using a BK212. I have some reservations about these Milani Gilded palettes. Some of them can be hit or miss. I'm talking about the larger ones. I don't have any of like the smaller ones, and I think these are the smallest yet. Some of those larger ones that are like 16 pan palettes or even 12 pan, they just haven't worked for me at all. The last Milani palette that I had that I got that was good is the one that was in the little minivan shape, or like the VW bug shape, and the VW bus. Um, and I still have it. I think it's really cute, and that palette performed really well. It's just that some of the other ones, they were, oh, no, like the shimmers weren't that great, and I don't know, but this palette seems to be working so far. These two palettes, because I've used two. Now I'm going to go into the shade over here, same palette. Just going to bring that down. Same brush. Now on a Refer 13, I'm going to go into Champagne Problems, and I'm going to go into this darker shade. Can you see it? This darker shade. Okay, now going back into the same palette, I think I'm going to do this shimmer shadow and then this shimmer shadow. Where did yeah, the other one didn't have any shimmer shadows. I'm taking that orange shimmer on a damp Morphe M124, and I'm just going to apply that all over the lid. That's nice. That's a pretty copper shade. Now I'm going to go back in with Whiskey Business, and I'm going to go into, let's see, I'm going to try this darker shade down here for the lower lash line. And I'm using a BH Cosmetics pencil brush. I'm going to grab a little bit of this whiter shade, like this tan shade. I'm going to run that underneath. Now for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with the gold shade over here in Champagne Problems. Now I'm going to spray the brush. I feel like I kind of really have to dig the brush in though to get some of this payoff. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Wet n Wild Breakup Proof liquid liner just to tight line before we do mascara. Okay, so let's dive into the mascara. It says it's going to give us lash lengthening tubing technology with 16-hour flake-free wear. Okay, let's try it. Did not curl my lashes. I like a good tubing mascara. I don't mind that at all. The formula feels a little wet, but it's not too bad. I do like the size of the wand. Don't know that I'm getting like that separation that I want. I feel like my lashes are kind of just clumped together. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. I'm gonna add a little bit of this orange lip liner called Outrage to the waterline. Alright guys, so here's the look. Not impressed with the mascara. I'm thinking like it's just throwing the whole look off. I don't know. Not my favorite. Let's move over to the left eye and we'll start working on the second look. Okay, so for look number 2, I'm just going to try and focus on this palette. This one is 150 Call Me Old Fashioned. And I'm going to start first with the shade in the crease. And I'm using a Refer 14. Well, this is going to be a very smoky eye look. Does that look a little patchy to you? Is it just because I'm just blending? Okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna go in with the black, the matte black. You know, I would have liked to have seen this brown that I just applied a little bit more, I guess, on the warm tone side, because I think it's almost a gray than it is a brown. And so when you mix it with the black, I don't know. Just kind of gets a little too dark. Yeah, this just looks like I put black shadow all over and built it up and blended it out. This looks like the look I did yesterday with those CoverGirl palettes. I kind of wanted to do this white matte and just see what an all matte look would look like for this particular palette. I'm using a Morphe M167. Just going back in with the same brush with no additional product, just to blend the edges. Okay, so I think I'll do the silver on the lid, and then this one will be for the inner corner. And I did spray. Oh, I picked up the wrong one. I picked up the lighter one. That's okay, I'll add the other one out here. Now let me go in with the darker silver, the pewter. Just adding some more of the black, the matte black. All right, well, I kind of feel like this palette performed better as you go through the shades. Took a little bit of work. I'm gonna use the brown and then the shade for the lower lash line. I'm using a BK204. And now I'm using a damp BK210. I like the shades of this palette. I really do. I just wish the brown was a little more warm tone. I'm going to pick up some of that lightest gray color and just add it right in here. Okay guys, I'm going to take care of the finishing touches off camera, and I'll be right back to show you the completed look with the Call Me Old Fashioned palette from Milani. Okay guys, so here's the completed look number 2. I like the way this look turned out. I think with a little black liner on the top and lash line and lower waterline, I think it pulled it together. I am still not sold on this mascara. I really think I probably needed to curl my lashes, but with that Thrive one, if this is going to be a dupe for the Thrive, I don't have to do anything to my lashes with that mascara. So I don't know, the formula is on the wetter side of mascara formulas as well. I'm going to remove this look and I'll be right back, and we'll start working with these two like pinky mauve tone palettes. Okay, so the next two palettes we're going to be working with are Wind Down, which is this one. This one looks really pretty. And then this one is going to be, it's all rosé. Here's what we're going to be working with today. So I think I'll start with this one. It's all rosé. And I'm going to do this shade right here in the crease. And I'm using a BK202. 202 or 212? No, 202. Now on a Refer 14, I'm going to go in with this darker shade. This one is the Wind Down palette. Focusing it right out here in the corner. I'm getting fallout, but I don't know if it's the mascara or what. Not a good sign. Now I think I'm gonna do this berry shimmer over here in the Wine palette. I'm using a damp Morphe M124. Now I think I'm gonna go into this shadow over here in the Rosé palette. All right, now I think I'm gonna go back in with the Wine palette. I think I'm gonna grab a little bit of this shade with my finger. You kind of feel dry. Just apply that right in here. Yeah, they feel dry and I feel like I got fallout. But okay, it gave it a little extra sparkle there. Now going back into the Rosé palette, I'm going to go in with this matte shade. I'm using a BK207. For the inner corner, I'm going to go back into the Wine palette with this shade. I'm using a damp Refer 03. That is a pretty shade for the inner corner. I think I'm going to use the shade next to it. It's like a bone white for the brow bone. Alright guys, I'm going to do the finishing touches off camera. I will be applying a second coat of mascara. We'll see how that goes. And I'll be right back to show you the completed look. Alright guys, so here's the completed look. Mascara, you cannot do 2 coats of mascara, at least not when it's already dry. You're definitely going to need to do the second coat while it's still wet because it's too tough. Like my lashes feel really tough right now. I don't like the way it looks on the lower waterline. I don't know. I'm not feeling this mascara. Maybe if I curled my lashes, something I'll have to try another day. But as of right now, I don't know. I added Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Liquid Liner to the top lash line, a little bit of Natasha Denona Macrotech Eye Crayon in the shade Burgundy to the lower waterline, which also gave me difficulty because I already had the mascara on. Should have done it opposite. But, you know, the look is all right. It's all right. Let me go ahead. I've used all the products already. Let me go ahead and wrap up today's video and I'll share with you guys my final thoughts on these new Milani makeup products. Okay guys, so after trying all 5 of the new Milani Gilded mini palettes, my verdict is they're all right. They're not the best. I don't think they're the best at the drugstore, but for what they are, I think they performed really well. I actually liked the formula in the CoverGirl palettes that I tried in my last video, those clean color palettes. I like that formula better, but those are 4 shadows. And it's not guaranteed that you're going to get a matte in those shadows. There are 4 shadows and they are $14. These you're getting 6 shadows and they are $10. I like the different palettes, like the color stories and stuff. I thought they were all very, very monochromatic, very cohesive color stories. Only one shade came broken in one of my palettes and it was no big deal. It was just a bone shade anyway. Like I don't have that shade several times over, but you know, I think they're worth a glance, and if you can get them on sale, then yeah, check 1 or 2 of them out. If I'm going to rank them, I think I like this one, the Call Me Old Fashioned. I really liked this one quite a bit. I also like these last 2 that I worked with. I'm gonna put Wind Down second, and I'm gonna put It's All Rosé third, and then I think I'll do Champagne Problems fourth. This is the one that came broken, a whiskey business, but it's an all matte palette, which is fine. You know, it's a nice on the go palette, but I need at least 1 shimmer. So that one I'll put in the number 5 spot. The powder so far seems really promising. So I'm going to be really excited to use this going forward, as I am the primer, the SPF primer that I picked up. Really needed a lip balm. Like I always just need to have these around the house, so I'm super happy with it. It felt really moisturizing on the lips. I'm loving the way the Milani concealers are performing as foundation today. I have a long day, so I'm really hoping that all this makeup is going to hold up pretty well. I am liking I already had this, but the liquid contour, this is pretty good. As is the new one that I got, and I'm not seeing it, but the liquid highlighter, I think it looks really pretty with the cream blush palette that I already had. For me, the only miss is the mascara, and you know, it's a tubing mascara. I'm gonna have to see how this compares to my Thrive or even to my Tarte. Those are my 2 favorite tubing mascaras. This one right now, not entirely sure, but they did send me a mini size. They sent me this high rated anti-gravity mascara. Is it the same one? No, it's a different one. So I'll try this one out later. Other than that, guys, that wraps up today's video. Full face trying out more Milani products. Happy to say definitely more winners than losers in this bunch. Let me know if you picked up any of these products already. I got all of mine from Ulta Beauty online, so that is where I'm gonna have them linked. But as you guys know, Milani is found at your local drugstore, so hopefully these new palettes, in case you are interested in picking any of them up, hopefully they have made their way already to a drugstore near you. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Sound off in the comments down below. Let me know what palette was your best. Let me know which look you liked or which products that you plan on checking out. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Cheers. I'll see you all very soon. Bye.